Level Gamers podcast. We need y'all to put a 1 in the comment section if we sounding good. Put a 1 in the comment section. Let us know if we coming through loud and clear. I don't know who all is in here because I can't do all this at one time. But we rest to go. 3. We are ready to get it in. Go. Anyway, so as we get this stuff figured out, let us know how we sounding so far. Till then, just rest up. Deuces. We are live and rest to go. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Y'all ready?
We ready.
All right, cause we getting out of here at 9:30. So we gonna be going through these topics pretty fast. So let's get it on in. It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics bustin'. Then check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet I Night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But it say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, what's up, what's up? We are here, yeah. So if y'all ready to go, we got a few here live. Let us know who you is in the comment section. Y'all can unmute y'all mics, they know y'all here. What's good, fellas?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, K-Ball? He's still muted. I don't know if he know he muted.
I know I'm muted. I was just waiting for the sound to make sure we were still good.
Yeah, we good. I had us over there on the other thing. Anyway, if y'all in the comment section and we sounded good, put a 1 in the comment section. We are here, we are live, and we are ready to go. We have a lot ready for y'all tonight to talk about. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. I should have did this a while ago, but I'll get that right in a second. But anyway, so we got a lot of subjects to talk about on tonight, and we hope that y'all are ready to get it in. So we gonna go on into what you've been gaming on, because we don't want to take up no time just fraternizing and talking, because we gonna do that anyway. So let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, so Mr. K-Bump 20, we gonna throw it over to your lap. Bro, what you been gaming on?
Okay, so let's go right to the chase. All right, because I need some time to go ahead and get this off my chest. Go ahead and have a conversation. So let's quickly go through. I've gamed on 2K. I've gamed on Call of Duty Vanguard. Haven't played Warzone this week. Played a little Tekken. Just a tidbit of Tekken. And played a little what's that other game? Little FIFA. All right, cool. All that out the way. So, the game that I've been gaming on the most is Cyberpunk.
Woo!
So,
why did we got it? You already starting on this? Anyway, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and get it out the way.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and just
knock
it, get it out of the way.
I thought this was exhausted last podcast.
No, sir, we are not finished. Okay, man. Here's the deal. So I wanted to give. Here's a disclaimer. Last week when we had the podcast, I had only had a chance to mess around with Cyberpunk pre-patch, and then when I actually got a chance to mess around with it, I only did like driving around the city, right? And my initial disappointment in Cyberpunk 2077 Next Gen Edition, my initial disappointment was the fact that you saw almost no visual difference between performance mode and ray tracing mode, except for the huge dip in frame rate. It went from 60 to 30, 29, 27 when you made the switch, and there was no payoff in visual, right? And so I made my comment of being disappointed based off the fact that I saw no difference in the two modes. Okay, so I was about to be done with Cyberpunk. I watched Digital Foundry, and they explained what actually was the difference between performance and ray tracing. Sadly, the only thing they're ray tracing is shadows. So that's why I didn't really see any differences, because the light source isn't really ray traced. It isn't bounced. The volumetric fog isn't ray traced. It doesn't bounce through it. Some of the other pieces isn't ray traced, so that's why I didn't see any differences. It's mostly only shadows that's ray traced. And so once I said okay, so that was my disappointment, right? And so I said to myself, I have 2 games coming in this week, so I got 2 bangers coming in this week. Let me give this game one more try, so I can throw it out of the way and play these 2 bangers I got coming in from GameFly. Let me give it one more try. I'm gonna throw it out the way, be done with Cyberpunk, and yeah, I'll be done with it. And so I had to do some research, Keith, because this game has all type of guns, cyberware, melee weapons, hacking, just skill tree. It is deep, bro. And I'm like, what the crap am I even doing on this game? Even a little hacking mini game. I'm like, how does it even work? I'm like, this is stupid. I turned it off. Next day, I did some research, came back on the next day, and I started playing like a mission and driving around the city. And I said to myself, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Actually, when you look at the graphics, it actually looks pretty good. It looks way better than when I first played it. And I did a couple missions. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I started driving around the city and doing some of the side missions. I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. And then I went to bed and I woke up the next day thinking about Cyberpunk. I did some work. I hopped back on, played a little bit again. I'm like, okay, well, this is nice. And my boys wanted to play Call of Duty. I'm like, but I want to play Cyberpunk.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm starting to get into the story. I'm starting to understand about V, and I'm starting to understand about I stop and start to absorb the world, and I realized that in Cyberpunk, like I'm getting close, man. It's like it's almost like you matter, but you don't, because there's so much stuff going on in the world, even without you. Like people are living their lives while you're playing this game, and it's deep, man. I'm gonna sum it all up. This is my feelings.
My throat itch a little bit.
I'm gonna sum it all up. Do you guys remember Endgame?
Yeah.
When all the Avengers came in and Thanos was in his form, right? He was on his form, and at the beginning of the movie, they all came in. And they had beat Thanos real quick, and they asked him where are the stones, and Thanos said I atomized them, and they were like, no, you're a liar. And then not Gamora, but what's her name? Nebula said my father was many things, but one thing he's not is a liar, right? And Thanos says to her, maybe I've judged you too harshly, right? I judge you too harshly. And that's how I felt. Well, he got his head chopped off right after that. But that's how I felt. Pre-head chopped off. That's how I felt about Cyberpunk. That maybe I judge you too harshly. I am completely hooked on this game. And I have Horizon Forbidden West sitting over here collecting dust because I am hooked on this game. It is deep. It is legit. I'm having fun. They did lie to us. They should have waited. The game should have came out a year later. This year they should have waited and then allow people to take in this vision, this world that they created without all the negative that went into it. If they would have did that, this game would have been ridiculous. But they didn't. They lied. They cheated. They stole money. They stole our money, and they did all that stuff. Negative press, negative about CD Projekt Red, all that stuff. They deserved it. But man, once you get past all that, this is a pretty good game so far. I'm about 4 or 5 hours in. I had to clear all that up last week because I wanted to give a real look into the game and give an honest opinion. And this is how I truly feel. I'm having a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
I need you to wrap this up. Okay, so all right, you ain't talking about no more games. That's all. That's your no. I don't care what else you played. I don't want to hear it. The K-Bum has fell in love with Cyberpunk. All right, I ain't mad at you. You know what?
I wasn't trying to. I
get it. I get it. I'm not mad. I understand. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep this thing trucking right along. I'm just disappointed, but I'm gonna try Cyberpunk out. I really am. I'm gonna try it out because I got the demo downloaded. I got to see what you fell in love with. But anyway, Mr. Norris, what have you? I know you finna talk about Cyberpunk too. I feel it. I just feel it in my spirit that you finna say you've been playing Cyberpunk. Go ahead, Keith. What you been playing, bro?
Cyberpunk.
You know what?
I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I played a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one.
Okay.
And I just been playing that. Huh?
I said the boring one, right?
Yeah, man. I'm really trying to give it a chance because like the new one looks really, really good. It looks really like they get you right into the action, right? So I really want to play the new one. And I also, just what I played. Never mind. Cyberpunk. I've been playing Cyberpunk. K-Bone was right. If you hear my voice now, you just came in on my voice. Go back and listen to K-Bone. Everything he said was 1,000% true. I'm in this mission right now with these Jamaican-looking people. Crazy.
Oh, the animals. Is that the animals?
The animals, yes.
I haven't got the. I just did research. Yeah, the animals.
That's a crazy experience to be in that world. It feels like you're in their environment. It's so crazy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's what I've been gaming on Cyberpunk. I've been going back and forth between PC and Stadia, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they downgraded the Stadia one. I don't know if I can get off my PC now. It just don't look the same. I don't know. But yeah, it's all about Cyberpunk, man. I want to get some of those newer games too, but Cyberpunk is one of those games. It's like it's not really a shooter, but it is. It's not really this, but it is. It's just a little bit of everything, man.
You feel
we not finna have a cyber. No, we're not doing it.
No, let it
wrap this up.
You feel the subtleness of The Witcher while playing this.
Oh my God, these dudes are falling for the sauce.
It's there. It's like.
But we got Smash Bros.
Ooh, that's Witcher.
Slap yourself. Y'all gotta slap yourself. I can't do it. Y'all.
What's today? February 24th.
Yeah.
Let's mark this day.
Brother.
Because Levelhead is going to come back after he play the game and be like, I understand.
Give it a real honest try.
I am. I really is.
And come back.
Send me all your settings so I can change these settings to make sure I'm experiencing it the right way. Because y'all are hurting my feelings right now. I'm almost done with the podcast. I think I'm tired. So anyway, Mr. Norris came with the CD Project Red Love. So for me, man, I've been playing this Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm trying to finish it. I'm halfway through it. I'm already halfway through. I just looked at because I'm loving the game. Right, the game is cool once you get past some of the nonsensical controls that really kind of just don't really make sense. Like I was complaining earlier.
You got to make it work.
Yeah, like I was complaining to K-Bum and Keith. I'm pretty sure you saw my complaint. Where they really they got these quick time events where they really don't tell you what to do. Like you push A, you push square, you push circle, you push X, you push triangle, and in any other game, it when you click it right on time with it, it does what it's supposed to do. Not this game. No, you can push square right when it tells you to push, and you still gonna drop because you didn't push square again, which it doesn't tell you to do. You just have to figure that out. That it wants you to push square and hold square. It doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you to push the L and the right and left trigger into the circle and push. It don't tell you none of that. It just happens and hey, figure it out. Groot gonna drown in this jello, but just figure it out. Not Groot, but Rex. Is it Rex?
Rocket
gonna drown in this jello. But you just figured out after 10 tries. And you get tired, you just go to YouTube and say, "Man, how do you say Rocket?" Because I don't.
If you're in the Jello, I don't know if you're halfway through.
No, I'm past the Jello. I'm halfway through.
Okay,
I know exactly where I'm at. I'm right before meeting the priest. I think.
What is his name? It's the.
I don't know his name. You ain't gotta say it because I don't know his name yet. I haven't met him. But I know where I'm at because of what I watched. Okay. So I've seen some of the games. So
okay, cool.
I'm about half. I should beat this game probably by. I'll probably be done with it by if I get a chance to play it as much as I did tonight. Today I'll probably be done with it in a couple more, like maybe a day or two. I'll be done with this game. Then I'm going to move on to Horizon Forbidden West. if Cyberpunk doesn't draw me in and hook me, I'm moving on to Horizon Zero Dawn. But anyway, so I've been playing that. Still playing that Shifu.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm thinking about, and I know K-Bone gonna get mad at me when I say this, man. I'm kind of anticipating this DLC for Mario Kart, man. I might go ahead and get the online subscription, man, to play these 48 stages. I heard that first wave comes in next month, so I might go ahead and scratch that itch. But I gotta be careful right now. So it's probably gonna be Forbidden West for me. Then if I make a little bit more cash, I might pick up that DLC for that 7-8-year-old Mario Kart Deluxe. So anyway, that's what I've been gaming on. So we're gonna get on past this and get into these topics. So anyway, so we got a lot to talk about tonight. What y'all want to talk about first? You want to talk about Nathan Drake, the movie? You want to talk about Street Fighter 6? Do you want to talk about Call of Duty being delayed?
Let's knock on Call of Duty real quick. Let's knock that out.
Okay, go ahead. All right. So I don't know all what's going on, but Microsoft supposedly via K-Bomb shared, I saw some of it, that they are going to, for the first time in how many years? Call of Duty has not missed.
I think 2004, I believe, was the last time.
So 18 years, Call of Duty has been a yearly release. And now that Microsoft has acquired Activision within
they haven't acquired it yet, but yes.
they're gonna acquire it. Yeah, it's a done deal.
In the works.
Right. Yeah. So when the works is done and the paperwork is signed and ownership is given over, Microsoft has made it clear y'all ain't getting Call of Duty next year. so
2023. Yeah, 2023.
Right.
Yeah, they're moving that one.
So let's get your thoughts on that. Since you're talking, K-Bomb, go ahead and share your thoughts. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? What's the deal? And we're going to get this we want to be done with this subject right at 8:40. We need to be done with
All right, cool. Let me hop onto it real quick. So for this one, my feelings...
8:34. I said 8:40. 8:34,
okay, cool.
10 minutes.
Cool.
All right.
So my feelings with this one really quickly. I know that, and for people who actually understand Call of Duty, these games aren't made every year, right? It's not. It doesn't take a year to make Call of Duty. These games are, I believe, on a 3-year rotation, with Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer.
I think
Sledgehammer / Raven, I believe, are the developers. And so there's a 3-year rotation. But next year's game, there most likely will not be a Call of Duty. This year's game is going to be a sequel to Modern Warfare that came out in, I think, 2019. Yeah, because 2020 was Cold War, 21 was Vanguard, and then 19 was Modern Warfare. Okay, so the Infinity Ward version, Modern Warfare, is going to be a sequel to that. Okay, so my feelings about this. So I personally, I think it's a good thing. I've put a lot of hours into the last 2 Call of Duties, and that's Vanguard and Cold War. And I can tell you these games are buggy. These games are buggy games, and it wouldn't hurt them to, let it marinate a little bit more before releasing the next title, because Vanguard, even like something simple as the grouping up system in Cold War it's trash. Like especially with the crossplay, you keep getting disconnected. We had to keep getting disconnected and reconnected. So I think another year in the cooker is pretty good. We see what it did for Halo. You saw how well that turned out. Right. So just another year, maybe every other year title will probably be better for Call of Duty, and maybe supplement that with Warzone in between. So Call of Duty Warzone, Maybe that'll be cool. But I think it's a good thing. I'm going to vote for good thing. They're not going to hurt on the money side because it's Microsoft. So I think they'll be fine. But I think it's a good idea for the delay to push the game off another year because these Call of Duties have definitely been buggy games, especially from my experience. And they're hacked so much. So I think it's a good thing. That's my opinion.
Okay.
What about you, Keith?
Alrighty.
Um.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from by saying it's a good thing because they can earn out all the bugs, fix any issues that they're having. When I initially saw it, I started cracking up because I'm like, that's hilarious because of the acquisition. But I'm gonna read something to you that I'm reading off Polygon, and it
Okay.
says, according to the Bloomberg report, however, the decision to push the game back was not related to the acquisition, but instead had to do with the fact that last year's Call of Duty Vanguard, which Kayvon just talked about, failed to meet expectations, leading to fears that the
It
company may
did.
be publishing new iterations too quickly.
Wait. After 18 years, you come to this conclusion? Well, we did lose an Assassin's Creed last year. There was a hole. Van Halen didn't have a sequel after it, so Ubisoft, I guess, did the same thing. So okay.
But it makes sense to stop. Like you look at games like Grand Theft Auto, Mario Kart, for the sake of arguing, right? You look at these games that just last for a very, very long time. And these people are putting out a game every year, every year, every year, and probably still having like uh overshadowed whatever Nintendo and Rockstar has made out those games. You know what I mean? One game and you're out here sweating, blood, sweat, and tears trying to put these games out, and
Right.
they're still not even doing what you expect. So you might as well, because I always say this when it comes to first person shooters, Activision Call of Duty has one of the most solid systems that you could possibly have. Engines, that's what I meant to say. They have one
Yep.
of the most solid engines that you could possibly have for any
That's
first
true.
person shooter. So
That's true.
if they were to take their time and actually utilize it correctly, like you're saying, I see it as a good thing. But I still found it funny simply because Microsoft just bought them, and we already know Microsoft's history with having games and the lack of games. So
And they're
so
gonna lose.
then Call of Duty's not coming. What?
That is funny. I didn't think about it like that. That's funny.
It's still a good thing though. I don't think it's gonna, because I'm looking at how I jumped on with you with Cold War, and that's what people
A
gonna
year
do.
a year old game. It was a
Yeah.
year, almost a full year old
Right.
when you got it.
Right. So, and I need to delete this mess. This is 100 and something gigs, and y'all don't play it no more. So, I got 2 weeks of playing with y'all. So anyway, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it does have a little bit to do with the acquisition, and probably also a little bit to do with the numbers not being well last year. But they already experienced that before, and it never stopped them from releasing another one before. So I think, oh, is that
No.
true?
I, I don't know if they've experienced the decline in sales the way they did with Vanguard.
Okay.
Normally, it doesn't really. I think there maybe it's a title or two. I know one of the Worded Wars didn't sell as well, but the decrease that they're referring to with this game, I think it is kind of unique
So
in a
how
way.
how how much of a decrease is it? Because we got a few.
I don't know. I don't have the numbers. I don't have the numbers,
All
but it
right.
didn't meet their expectations on what they thought it was going to do.
Okay.
Because
Well.
again, I say all the time, I thought Cold War was probably one of the best Call of Duties in a very long time. It was excellent. I think it
Well,
was
they
great.
don't say. Looking, it says that. What did it say? Call of Duty Vanguard did not perform as well as Treyarch's Black Ops Cold War from the previous year, but it doesn't
Right.
give specific numbers. It just says that they saw a decline in PC and consoles.
Okay. Could it be that people just stayed with Cold War?
That's what happened with World at War, but that's way back in 2000 and like
Right.
seven or something
I
like
think
that.
people don't
Um,
don't really want to go back into the old like World War that era, I think people kind of. I mean, for me, I wouldn't want to go back to that environment and that setting and that aesthetic. Yeah.
I was gonna say this is interesting, and I know people folks don't want to hear me reading all night. It said a new report. A new report also detailed the success of Call of Duty Mobile, a game in which players have spent over $1 billion. A mobile game, a mobile Call of Duty game. That's crazy.
Oh Lord, that hurt.
So when you're making money like that, man,
that hurt.
You seen Nintendo put out them mobile tracks from Mario. Is it Mario Go? What's the name? Mario Kart Go. They put all them mobile tracks into a lot of the tracks we getting is from that game, the mobile game.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was from the older games.
A lot of them tracks is from the mobile game. I was watching. Forgot who I was. I don't know if it was Game Explain was talking about how a lot of those tracks are coming over from the mobile game and not really edited. Not hopefully what they say. They hope.
So I did hear that. I heard that it's gonna be like people were talking about how the DLC is almost like a downgrade visually. It's because it's coming from the mobile. Okay, I get it now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. So it was kind of sharing they kind of well, not necessarily
cash grab. You're not even gonna upgrade the mobile version. You cash grabbing.
But
call it what it is.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a cash grab, absolutely. But it's also signifying that they have another one basically done. They're just not releasing it into the next system. That's what this is. It's like, okay, we ain't ready to release a new system. We don't have to. The shortage has made it to where we got another year to milk the Switch and milk all this. And it won't hurt us because you probably won't be able to find neither the Xbox Series X nor the PlayStation 5 until probably next year or the end of this year be about when they start kind of getting past this hurdle. So Nintendo milking this for all that it's worth. So, but I think Microsoft, I mean, y'all say it's not Microsoft, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with this. I also think it gives Microsoft a chance to come in and see how things is done, make some suggestions, have some say over the development of the next game. So I do think it got more than just the sales. I think Microsoft wants hands-on oversight over how the next one is made, how it's put out, and learning the process. So they probably need about a year to kind of learn all that. So and making sure that it's stay a viable product. So I don't think it's a bad thing, and we are getting too many Call of Duties anyway. So they might need a break, just like you said, K-Bun, with Ubisoft, kind of realizing, hey, we don't want all these Assassin's Creed. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Especially
the buckiness that they've been coming out with. Yeah.
Right. So let's continue this thing. So everybody pretty much cool with the Microsoft, well, that ain't necessarily Microsoft, but with Call of Duty not necessarily coming out next year. Nobody's really see this as an issue. Well,
perfectly okay with that.
The only issue would be that you stuck with Vanguard. So
no.
Oh, that's right. You got Warzone. I forgot about
Warzone. No. Modern Warfare, the sequel to Modern Warfare is coming out this year in 2022. Okay. 2023's version of the game is not coming out.
So whatever was coming out in 23 is what's delayed.
And I'm happy because that means we get Modern Warfare for 2 years, so I can deal with that.
They probably give us some DLC and some upgrades to keep it alive.
Oh, they give you a bunch of DLC to buy. That's why they made $1 billion in mobile.
Okay.
They're gonna have something for you. It ain't gonna be just nothing there.
Okay.
3, 2,
let's go to the next one.
Go!
So where we going next? Street Fighter. Let's go to Street Fighters, man. I've been wanting to talk about this since my boy K-Bum don't want to get these hands. So Keith, did you get a chance to check out? Listen to it. I knew it was gonna get it. Did you get a chance to check out the trailer for Street Fighters?
Yeah, I seen it.
Thoughts?
The trailer? You mean the teaser?
Yeah, it was like a little teaser.
That is not a trailer.
The teaser trailer. Yeah, the teaser trailer. Let me make sure I can pull it up here.
And they
So
be,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they be so buff, man. They look like they should be moving slow when they fight.
It looked like
And they
the
get,
Hulk. That's what I was
yeah,
like.
they getting
Right? You
buffer
look
every
like,
year. Or every time the new one come out.
right? You look like he should be fighting a Hulk or somebody like this. When did he turn it? I mean, his chest.
So
Anyway,
I,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I did hear just really quickly that the reason why he looks so swole is because of the 6:9 aspect ratio. That it was shot in 4:3 and then stretched to 6:9 because someone did a re-imaging of what it actually should look like, and he was actually looked at natural size. So I'm about to find that picture and
Yeah,
post it for
find
you
it
guys.
because this brother looks wide as a dog on TV screen.
He looks like the Hulk though. He
He
does.
looked like that's all I thought about when I saw it. Like, man, is this the Hulk? When did he turn into the Hulk? It looked good though. We got toe movement. Keith, his toes wrinkled up in his sandals. See that right there? See that toe quiver? Like them
Detail.
graphics is kicking with them flat Fred Flintstone yabba dabba doo.
Somebody need to check those 6 notifications that Street Fighter got.
Oh man. So anyway, well, I brought it to you, Keith, and K-Bum kind of started talking. So I'm gonna let you finish your thought, because I got excited. I was like, well, K-Bum kind of said something, so let me let Keith get his thoughts in. I'll come behind you. Go ahead, Keith.
Man, ain't really much to say. I mean, the graphics look good. It's like that in between the shell shading and the 3D models, that they do so well. But I mean, it was cool. See, I don't even know who the other guy was. Charlie or somebody. Luke.
His name is Luke. He's supposed to be, and I just found this out because I kind of, let me come in. I kind of got a love-hate relationship with Street Fighters 5 for the PlayStation 4. One, because it was exclusive to the PlayStation, and I didn't think that was a wise move. And two, the game, and this goes all the way back to a back and forth I had with Active Gamer Life. But he was right. In the end, he was right when I look back on it, hindsight. The game was basically released in parts. It wasn't never really finished when they released the game. So you didn't have no arcade mode. You didn't have like just the traditional stuff you get in a fighting game was just like with this new era and microtransactions and having to buy characters and all the silly stuff that they trying to do to get more money out of you. They are breaking these type of games because these games, you got to have certain elements to make the game even worth your while. You need a arcade mode. You need a storyline that lets you progress through and, get to the final boss. You need all that. And when you begin to move it, you saw that the same thing with Killer Instinct. That game was kind of just pieced out quarterly or yearly or whatever, more characters, more development, more DLC for the game, and it was really just completing the game. So I was kind of like frustrated with Street Fighters 5. It was fun to play. After a while, it got really good. What they had finally got to was pretty good, but by the time you got there, you didn't care anymore. So this Luke character is supposed to be, let me get to him real quick. This Luke character is supposed to be a character for the future. He's supposed to be what they call in the future, almost like Alex was for Street Fighters 3. That particular, which is, if you know anything about Street Fighters 3 is actually after all this. This I don't know what this was when this was going to fall in the time frame, but Street Fighters 4 and Street Fighters 5 is before Street Fighters 3, if that makes any sense to you in the timeline. So it's Street Fighters 1, Street Fighters 2, and then all the Street Fighters under 2, Alpha and all that, and then Street Fighters 4, then Street Fighters 5, then Street Fighters, I don't know where 6 gonna land, then Street Fighters 3. So that's all afterwards. So Luke is this new character that's supposed to be the gap and bridge the gap between all those new characters, I guess, in 3. And I know that's a lot of nerding, but yeah. So he's supposed to be the future, which I think he's.
So he's the Ryu for the new kids.
I don't think he'll ever be quite Ryu because they tried to do that with Alex in Street Fighter 3. He became the storyline was kind of wrapped around him, but people gonna gravitate to Ken and Ryu as always. And as you see, Ryu is here, and if Luke doesn't, if people don't gravitate to him, they're just gonna go back to where with Ryu, just like in Tekken. They introduce a lot of new characters. It's always gonna come back to Heihachi, and it's always gonna come back to Jin and how you say it? Kazuya. It's always gonna come back to them and the Heihachi. So it don't matter how many characters you make and try to build a story around them. People going back to Heihachi. So and the what's their name? The Mishima, I think that's how you say it.
Mishima, yeah.
Mishima family. It's never gonna change because them are the staples of that game. So it's always gonna be Ryu. It's always gonna be Ken. It's always gonna be Akuma.
I mean, Jan did a good job of kind of directing it towards Jan.
Yeah, but Jan is in the family
switched in
though.
Tekken 3. I know. I'm just saying, Tekken 3, it did switch. And the story did move towards Jan, but to your point, he was all a part of the family, so it didn't really go further.
Right.
But 4 and 5 did kind of continue Jan's story, but it's still the same family.
Man,
so.
This brother look like he been lifting boulders. Look at them, man. Look like Rambo times 20. But anyway, so I'm excited. I've been itching for new Street Fighters. I am a Street Fighters player. I love Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter is still the king of fighting games, in my opinion. When it comes down to it, it just does everything well. It really does. I would say a close second is Tekken, the Tekken series.
Well, King of Fighters 2 is.
And people probably say the new Mortal Kombat is up there as well, but Mortal Kombat still is acquired to me. Like. I like it, but I'd rather play if I had to choose between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighters, I'm choosing Street Fighters. If I had to choose between Tekken and Street Fighters, it depends on my mood. But I like I'm probably gonna lean Street Fighters over Tekken, but Tekken is right there with Street Fighters in my opinion. But Street Fighters got Ryu and Ken, so that and Akuma. There ain't nobody in. I love Heihachi, but he ain't Akuma, so I go with Street Fighter. But anyway, K-Bo, you got anything to add to this, or we can keep it moving along?
No, I just I'm not excited about it. I don't play Street Fighter. I played Street Fighter in the arcade when I was a kid. Didn't like it then. I have never purchased a single Street Fighter game in my entire lifetime. So I will not. I will be continuing the trend for Street Fighter 6. But I did send that picture to the Hangouts. You can see the adjusted image of how it's really supposed to look, because they said the ratio of the arcade is 4:3, and so they took what is shown on arcade and they took it and showed it to a 16:9 video format, and that's why
that looks absolutely better.
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
I wish I could show y'all that, but I really can't.
Yeah. So, but that's that. So no, I think it'd be cool to get no Street Fighter in.
All the sense in the world with this.
It does. It looks good.
Yeah, it really does.
But I'm not excited about it. But I'm like I said, I'm not gonna hate on it. I think whoever likes Street Fighter should be.
You hating?
It should be excited. Go be excited for your terrible.
You hating, K-Bro. You hating because you don't play it. Because I put them foots to your face. That's why you don't want to play it. But it's all right.
I have never purchased the game.
It's all right. I got Akuma in Tekken. I can still get with you and give you some of that Street Fighters action. But anyway, we ain't gonna stick around on this. So anyway, yeah. So this really wasn't a trailer. This was just a teaser. I don't even know if you can call it a teaser. This was that's it. But there's a lot of
we don't know if that's even the real graphic. That's just it could be CGI. It could be in game, but it could be in game and adjusted. Right.
What's the engine that they're using for this game?
I don't know the engine. 4?
Ain't it Unreal 4 or 5 or one of the two?
I would think they would try to use 5 though. Right? Is 5 out? 5 isn't out yet.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
I feel like we talked about it last year.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, it's out. We got some Unreal because that a few games that's coming to the station and Xbox. Well, I don't know about the well. I'm pretty sure the
Well,
Xbox.
well, which one has the Loomis? Is that 6? The demo. Remember the demo, the next gen demo that they showed? What real engine was that?
Which demo was it? What demo you talking about?
Remember the PlayStation 5 demo they showed with the nanotechnology, the same one they used for the Matrix on the PlayStation.
I thought
What?
Matrix was 5.
That's 5. Okay. So 5. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Matrix was 5. That was what they were showcasing it off with was
Okay.
was 5. So, but anyway, I'm excited.
Unreal Engine 5 is in preview. Just FYI, it's in preview mode. So I think we're still using 4.
Okay, so I was right.
But I thought that that Matrix
was 5. The Matrix is 5.
Was 5. I thought that was supposed to be
5, but it's not out yet.
It's not out yet, right? So, but anyway, yeah, they probably still using 4. I'm pretty sure Street Fighters. I don't know what it uses as an engine, but it don't matter. As long as they give you all the elements that a fighting game is supposed to have, an arcade mode, a story mode, all that stuff's supposed to be there, good online, all the characters available, or a good roster of characters, and not hiding them behind, because, man, that was one of the worst things about Street Fighters when they went exclusive to the PlayStation. Like, all the characters was behind a paywall. You couldn't get characters that you always got. I think they should bring that back. Like when you do certain things, you win as a character. I think they need to change that back to the original way they done it. But money is causing them. I just do. I feel like that's stupid to me.
I agree, but I thought Sony funded the creation or making a Street Fighter 5.
They did, and they partnered. I think Capcom was going through financially at the time. I think they made that decision with PlayStation, with Sony, and made it exclusive to Sony. Or Sony paid for it to be exclusive. I forgot how that worked out, but it was. Okay. Sony did fork over some money for that exclusive right, but I don't think it worked for neither because it was just poorly launched and poorly handled. And I hope they don't do that this time. I hope Capcom, like, look, we putting this everywhere that we can put it, like they did with Street Fighters 4, because they had kind of reinvigorated, they say, for Street Fighters 4, and then Street Fighters 5 kind of came and knocked all that down because of the exclusive nature of the game, and you having to have a PlayStation to play it, it hurt it. So, in my opinion, it hurt it. And then you could probably play it on PC. It's still a good esports game. It's still one of the top esports titles, but making it exclusive to the PlayStation wasn't good, in my opinion. Not for a game like that. So anyway, let's move on.
Wrap it up!
They don't want to talk about no Street Fighter. So what else is on here, man? Let's talk about this Nathan Drake. So, K-Bun, do you got the numbers for the movie? Because it came out.
I didn't have the number. I think it was over 100 million. Last time I checked. I can try to look it up again. I think it was over 100 million. The first weekend.
That's not bad, bro.
First weekend was, I think it was 100 million globally though. I think it was like 68 domestic, 30 something worldwide. So globally, it made over 100 million, which was above their expectations.
Yeah, that's not bad. I don't care if it's. I mean, for a video game adaptation, that wasn't bad at all.
Is this Sony's first time doing that? Like for one of their exclusive games, it's their first time making a movie.
One of their exclusive games.
Yeah.
I don't want to say. I think so, but yeah, I think this is the first.
Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man ain't. That's not there. I mean, I'm talking about. You talking about made by the character created by Sony and yeah, Naughty Dog. So yeah, I would say yeah, Keith. I didn't think the movie gonna be bad because old boy is just hot right now. You know what's his name? Tim
Holland.
Tim Holland is hot right now. Mark and Mark they can miss me. Mark and Mark.
Kick rocks.
Yeah, but Tim is good and he knows how to make a good movie, even though he doesn't look nothing like Nathan Drake. But this is good though. This is good. If 100 mil first week, you said nation. You said globally.
Globally.
That's still
globally.
not bad. That's still really
I
good.
think
So
50. I think it was 120 to end up being globally. 55, something like that. Domestic.
okay, and how much did it probably cost to make this movie? Probably what about
It,
about
it,
50.
it has to be less than that if they're saying it exceeded their expectations.
Okay, this is good. This is good. To me, this is good.
Has
Clearly,
anybody seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I don't think it's gonna be a bad movie because I don't think Tim makes bad movies. So everything I've seen him in has always been pretty good.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah. I
it
haven't
looks
seen
cool.
it either.
It don't look bad. It looks like Uncharted just looked like they cast the wrong people to play the characters. It looks like Uncharted with bootleg characters playing the characters. So
Well, I heard it's supposed to be like younger versions of the characters, but I plan to see it if not tomorrow, Saturday.
Oh,
Okay.
legit.
So I'll give
So-
y'all a.
since this is successful, and I do want your feedback, Keith. I'm gonna throw this question at you though. Now that this movie is successful, and we seeing that success can be found from video games to Hollywood adaptations, we seen this fail so many times. I think Sonic was a success.
Sonic was. It's getting
Sonic
a
was
sequel. It has to
success.
be.
I think they screwing it up though by making a sequel so fast because they already got the third one scheduled to come out, and the second one ain't even hit the theaters yet, and it's already so
Sonic got to go fast.
so that
When you know, you know. That's
Good
a
one,
good
Keith.
one. That's a good one.
But let me
good
throw
one.
this question. Well, let me say this real quick. What that means is Sonic did good as well. So
Yes.
for them to already be signing off on 2 sequels, that means that first Sonic movie must have did really good. Hey, K-Bum, if you can look up them numbers, see what that first Sonic movie did, and I'm gonna throw this question at Keith. With these movies starting to find success, what
Well, I'm not
movie?
Google boy. What in the world?
Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
I got you.
All right,
I got you, man. I got you.
All right, cool. So, what
Google boy.
movie? Now that we starting to see success, what movie do you feel like needs to be considered, and who would you like for to do it? Like what video game that you think needs to be made, and who you want to see do it?
Mario, no, and they gotta have what is that man's name?
Stop, Chris.
Chris
What's the
not
boy?
Pratt.
Yeah, Pratt. Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Gotta have Chris Pratt playing Mario. I mean, that only makes sense.
Oh, you troll.
No, I would honestly Metroid. I'm ready for a Metroid movie. And the girl that got kicked out of Marvel, she could play her.
The girl that played in
Playing
Captain
Mandalorian.
No, the one who
Mandalorian?
played Captain Mario. The one who played Captain Marvel in the Marvel movie.
Brie?
Heck no.
Brie.
Heck
Yes.
no.
She got
got-
kicked out.
Keith,
She
no,
got kicked out
you
of
heard
Marvel.
me.
She ain't gotta act with. She don't have to act with nobody.
I don't want her at all. Ugh.
It's a solo. It's a
I would
solo
hate-
movie.
Ugh, no, Keith, no, man, no.
I
No.
don't think
If
she's
you
that bad.
talking about the girl from Mandalorian, I was like, yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
Nah, I think Brie would do a perfect job as Laura Croft.
do?
What am I saying? Samus Aran. Yes, I do.
You
I think
do?
she'd be perfect for it. Yeah,
What?
she's not a bad actress.
She's
just
not.
that whole
She's just not.
She's not a
good.
bad actress. She's not bad.
She's just not good. That's all.
She just got a bad rap. She's not bad.
She got some decent movies. She was all right in what was it?
Skull Island, King Kong.
King, because she was decent in that. Anyway, she was decent in that. What was the other movie she was in? She was all right. She wasn't good in the Marvel movie. Captain Marvel was terrible. Anyway,
I'll say this though.
Go ahead.
She might be too old now. Depending on if they was a dude and they want to make like an older version of Samus, and she's been doing all this stuff. Uma Thurman would be a great Samus Aran too.
Uma Thurman.
Kill Bill.
Yeah, I know Uma.
Yeah, she got the
I know
look.
Uma.
She got the looks.
She kind of got that girl that played. I think the girl that played in that movie with with Tom Cruise as it kept on repeating, and she kept having to. They trying to find
Oh,
this
I know what you're
alien.
talking about.
I can't think of the name. I don't know her name, but she would be a dope Samus, in my opinion. But I wouldn't. Well, let me let K-Bum come first, and so you got to also say who you want, not necessarily who you want to play her. Who do you want to shoot it? Who would you want to direct and do the movie? That's what.
Oh, oh wow. Well, definitely not DC and them. I don't want them filming it. 'Cause they mess it up somehow. I don't know. I can honestly, I'm gonna say something weird. I could see I don't know the studios that they use, but maybe like an Apple or Netflix or Paramount, whoever they use, because I've been really liking their shows. Probably more so Paramount. Whoever's doing the Paramount stuff, MTV, I think, does a lot of their stuff, but I think they do a great job. I know that's kind of completely left field from what you would probably think, but I would love to see it come straight to streaming on one of those platforms, but exclusively. Like you got to pay for it to get it.
Okay. K-Bum, what game would you like to see made into a movie, and who would you like to see? What studio or group would you like to see make the movie?
First, one piece that I do want to say. We talked about Uncharted making money and it doing good and going above expectation, but it's one thing we didn't ask, and the question is, is it any good?
Yeah, keep asking that. He asked that.
Is it any good? It made money, yay! But is it good? I don't know. All right, we'll see. We'll find out.
I mean, but it made the money, so it don't matter if it's good. It's gonna get a sequel.
Yeah, but make good movies though.
Yeah, I want him to make a good movie. Yeah, I'm with you.
Make good movies. Just don't make more movies because you made money. That's how we got all those Resident Evils, because they made money, but they were never good.
Yeah, it was all horrible.
Anyway, let me continue. So a game that I would like to see made. So I'm gonna go. I hope just because it's in the moment and it's new. Because here's the disclaimer: a lot of games that I play are story-driven games, and I already see the story, so I don't want to see the story retold. All right, but there's two games. I'm gonna say both, but I'm gonna say one more than the other that I would love to see retold in the movies. I think it would be that good. And I would have said God of War, but I don't think you can do that right in a movie. I would have said like Metal Gear Solid, but I don't think you can do that right in a movie. I thought Infamous, but I still don't think you can do that right in a movie. A game that I think could be done right in a movie is Deathloop. I would love to see Deathloop in an actual movie. That is a great story, very entertaining. The way they wrote it, the stylized look of it. I would love to see Deathloop as an actual movie, because the whole play of dying and coming back and having to explain all that. I think that would be really cool. The second one I was thinking was actually, I'm a sci-fi guy, was Mass Effect.
Oh man, yes.
Right? I other than they can redo the trash ending in 3. Good lord, that was terrible. But I think Mass Effect and the established characters and all the relationship that you have, I think that would be a cool sci-fi movie. That's my opinion. But as far as who make it, I don't know. Deathloop could be made in a similar vein that guys might not remember, but Scott Pilgrim was made, kind of a over the top video game type comic book type of movie. I believe the guy who made it is the same guy who did most of the first Ant-Man. You know, they had like 4 or 5 directors. I forget his actual name, but I think maybe the guy who did who did Scott Pilgrim could do Deathloop. I think he can do it justice and do it well. So that would be mine. And then maybe then for Mass Effect, I'm not sure who would do that. Maybe just I would say Nolan, Christopher Nolan, but he might make it too deep. So,
Okay.
but that's my thought.
The people that movie that I was talking about was Edge of Tomorrow, and
Edge of Tomorrow. Okay,
it was made by Warner Brothers, so I think they could. I think the director was Tim. I think let me go back. Doug Lemon, that's how you say his name.
Not sure who he is.
But yeah, so for me, the game I would want to see is Zelda. Right? I want to see Zelda.
Really?
Yes, and I would love to see the people who made Lord of the Rings make it. That's what I.
You lost me.
I did.
You lost me. I cannot watch them movies. They're too deep for me.
They just too long.
Man.
I like all the Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbits. I'm looking forward to the new ones. They don't have to make Zelda as long as those movies were, but the visuals, the story, like I thought that was all there. The action was all there, and you already saw what they could do with the character. Like the dude that played the elf, that's Link all day long. So with the arrow, so they can do it. You take that universe, you give them people that universe and that story. Oh yeah, I think that'd be epic.
Would it be mature or would it be?
It'd have to me.
Let me not say the K word.
It'd have
I don't
to
want
be.
to cussing for the Nintendo fans.
We getting a whole bunch of weird spam in the thing, but that would have to be PG-13. It had to be PG at the very least. It couldn't be G-rated in my opinion. It had to be what Lord of the Rings is. So, is rated teens. Zelda is rated teen. So the movie had to be rated teen as well. So PG-13, I would say.
Although I think Zelda would be awesome, it's just too many questions. One, can you handle a talking Link? We never had one, and the last one we had. Excuse me, princess. That was the last one we had. And then here's the big thing: does Zelda ever actually tell a good story, or does it just have really good lore? Because the story up until the point that you meet Ganon, and then you had that conversation, is usually dope every single time. But the stories in Zelda, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel you though. I would love to watch it. I would love to watch it as a TV show more so than a movie. I think that's something that needs to be like spread out over a period of time. I don't think Zelda should be like, here's that Zelda movie, because it's like, I don't really think anything can really just encapsulate whatever Zelda is in one shot. I think it needs to be like episodic. That'd be my opinion. And if the people who did Lord of the Rings want to do something like episodes, I'd watch that. Watching them make a whole movie.
I mean, okay. So you saying basically, don't do a movie. Do like a direct to Netflix or one of these streams and do it well. Like, let's say, what was that on HBO? Game of Thrones, like in that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about this. I don't think there's as much of a Zelda fan as I am. I don't think that there's one Zelda game that just says that's gonna be the Zelda game. I think for years, me and you as Nintendo fans have played multiple Zelda games, and it's made us love it and the lore behind it. So you give people episodes, they'll find the love in it. I think just playing one, you might be like, oh, that's cool, but I don't think you ever find the love for it, because you only get one or two a generation. You know what I'm saying? And you only get one or two of Zelda type puzzles and gameplay. So it's like, I think episodic, and give people that opportunity to fall in love with Link, Zelda, and whoever else they introduce outside of Ganon. So,
okay,
because they've had some good characters throughout each game. It's just like, where would you want to focus? Zelda has so much, man. Zelda has a lot.
I mean, I was thinking that'd be dope too. That'd be dope too. I would, either or would be fine to me if they could do a quality movie and make a couple of them. But I think your ideal, cause you see it with Witcher, you get a chance to really explore the universe of Witcher. Whereas Uncharted, you don't need an Uncharted series, in my opinion.
No.
Uncharted works with the movies because the game is basically a movie, right? But I think you're right, Keith, that maybe something done like Witcher for Zelda, and make it like, seasons where you can kind of get the lure. But I would still love at some point to see a big movie around the Zelda franchise and down the road. But you said Mario, what's another game? You said Metroid. You said Metroid.
Yeah, I said Metroid.
You don't think that should be done like that as well? Like, should be made into like a series?
No, I think you can. I think you can do Metroid in one whop. You can put Ridley in there, and then you can have the big bad at the end, or Ridley could be the big bad, or whatever. I don't know. Metroid to me seems like you can get it done in 1 hour and 30 or 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because she don't talk a lot, so you could just create the character and have her be a BA for 1 hour and 45 minutes if you wanted to.
Okay.
But
I mean,
that should come out with a Mario Kart 8 movie.
No.
How we finesse the gaming industry.
Now, K-Bum, you gotta explain to me why you think Kratos would not work. Why? I don't get that one.
The reason why it works in the game is because there's enough time to. It's kind of what Keith is saying. He's such a violent character. You will not have. I don't think you will have enough time in the movie to show his violence and to show to create empathy for the character. I don't think you could do that in 2 hours in a movie. In a series, you could, because the thing is with the God of War series, and even like especially in 4, right? He's like, you have empathy for the character. You've seen all the terrible stuff, all the rage and stuff, inducing stuff that he's done, right? But you also have empathy for the character. But that's why sometimes games have to play different than movies, because there still has to be a human aspect with it. And in the games, you're just trying to get revenge and kill stuff. That just doesn't always translate that great in a movie setting that you're watching someone.
Now,
That's my opinion.
I get what you're saying. I don't know if I necessarily agree with what you're saying, but I do understand what you're saying. I think how they can do it, because I don't think you want to make Kratos the gory mess that the game is. I think that works in the game. I don't think that'll work in a movie. I think that's what's happening with Resident Evil. They're trying to bring the whole full aesthetic of Resident Evil into the movie, and it really just don't work. If they made Resident Evil more like a traditional zombie movie, and actually have where the character is in some serious danger, like they being overwhelmed by swarms of zombies, and she a real person, she ain't made into like a semi superhero, like they kind of did with those. I think that movie might have done a lot better. But I think what they could do with Kratos, one thing the games has not done is actually told how he became Kratos. They do,
okay,
but it's in if you followed all the games,
it's flashbacks. It's not. They don't actually show the Spartan.
They don't show the Spartan
man
right
that he
right.
was. Now that origin story.
That's what
Kratos,
I was going to say. Yes,
I can roll with that. I
think that's what they would have to do.
Never seen that. We only seen like several flashbacks of what Ares made him do.
Right.
But you don't know how he had already had a reputation.
Right.
Before then.
And
so you can show both his love. I'm sorry, I'm taking your shine, but you can show both his love for his family and his violent side, because he's being directed to do this because he's part of the army. You can show both of them and have empathy and have that big reveal at the end. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's what I would do. I would go back,
Okay.
and it'd be like,
Okay.
telling the origin, like how he, because I've always wanted to explore that, like what transpired all the way up to the situation with the wife and his daughter, and how Ares tricked him into doing that. They like you said, there's always flashbacks, cutscenes, but it's never, you never get to be that guy, and they have yet to tell that story. So I think that's something they can do, because it is nothing that they have to really follow a game to tell. So there's nothing in the game that they got to follow directly, because this is a part of Kratos that we don't know. So they got a little bit more liberty than they would if they pick up where Kratos is. You got to do it, where Kratos is. But because we don't have, well, at least in the game, you probably got lore outside the game that you can follow, and probably little mangas and comic books or whatnot that may explore this stuff. But
Right.
I think that'd be dope if they told an origin story for Kratos and then brought it up to where we at now with Kratos, or at least bring it up to the Zeus situation where they can cut through all that stuff that happened in the game and go straight to, after that original story, go straight to the Zeus Kratos son father dynamic, and maybe do in the second one do God of War 3, tell that story, cut through Ares and all that, because you don't really want to just go straight to the Zeus Kratos saga and tell that story. And maybe if them two do good, then you come with a third one, and maybe get into Loki and all that stuff with where he is now, which I don't know how they would really do that one. So, but yeah, I'll go origin with him. Any other game?
Yeah. I think after you show the origin and the fact that now he wants revenge, you can be violent, right? Because we have an example right now of a movie that is overtly violent because the person is out for revenge, and people love it. We have a series that we love because of it. John Wick. John Wick is Kratos with guns.
That's true. But do you?
They created
you're
a
right.
sympathetic person.
You're right. That is
who
good.
lost his family and killed his dog. Now he is just murdering massive people, and we're like, yeah.
But see, but even with John Wick, right? It ain't as gory, is bloody, is vicious, is violent. But you add axe and the blaze of chaos. Bro, we going into limbs and like I don't know.
But those movies are very violent. They have a high body count.
Right, that's true. That's
They're not gory. I agree.
They're not.
But they have a high body count.
That's what I mean.
That man kills a lot of people, and we're cheering him because they created a sympathetic reason. They showed the cancer, they showed the wife, they showed her dying, they showed him giving the dog. That was the only thing that connected him to that world, and they killed it. They gave him a reason to be overtly violent. You would have to do that if you want to violence Kratos.
We already seen what Kratos would look like as a movie. It wasn't called Kratos though. Well, we seen it.
What was that?
Pitch Black and
who?
Pitch Black.
Tell me, Riddick?
Yeah, Riddick. All the Riddick movies. That's basically Kratos.
The Riddick movies.
That's Kratos. That is Kratos. Riddick is Kratos. If you just look at the two characters, what they was about. They like, remember when Riddick sat on the throne and rubbed his head? And he looked out, and it basically what you kill is, once you kill, you become the man. Like, go back and watch them Riddick movies. That's Kratos.
Okay. I have to go back and watch them then.
Yeah, but we can't get Van Diesel to play him now. He's older, but he had to get into better shape. Back then, he couldn't play him.
Go yell at Groot. That's your job now. and talk about family. That's your job.
But no, that was Black. If you go back and watch Pitch Black, watch Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick. That is Kratos.
I'll have to go back and check. I'm not fully agreeing yet, but I'll have to go back and check.
Yeah, it's been a while since I seen Riddick.
I'll pull it up, let y'all see that, man.
Cause he did something funny with his eyes or something like that. He can see in the dark.
He
In
got
the dark.
Yeah, he got him. What they called shined or something where he'd be able to see in the dark. Chronicles of Riddick. Go ahead. Any other game?
No, we can keep going. You want to look that up? I'm cool with that.
I just want. I ain't seen it in a long time. So
I think those. I thought Kratos, but I did like your explanation, viewpoint of it better as a way to show Kratos, and I think even the John Wick formula will work as well to show Kratos. I just love the Kratos in the last one. I think they created an amazing character, and the story around it was just so beautiful. I loved it. So
I would say Tomb Raider, but they jacked Tomb Raider up. To me, Angela Jolie was never a good Tomb Raider in my opinion. She looked like Tomb Raider, but the movies wasn't good. Right? They was too Hollywood, and then the reboot wasn't bad. Just picked the wrong person to play her.
yeah, I never actually saw the reboot.
Yeah,
And I've only seen parts of the first one.
The reboot wasn't bad.
The reboot wasn't bad at all. Look, I'm telling you,
entertaining.
this is Kratos, bro. This is Kratos all day. Like his attitude, his demeanor, his viciousness is Kratos, man. Like nothing could stop him. He was just unreal, man, surreal in who he was. Like this is Kratos, man. It may be just because he looked like Kratos, but it is Kratos. That boy was bad. It was good movies. Anyway, but yeah, like that reboot wasn't bad at all. If you haven't seen it, K-Bum, it's actually good. But I think they picked the wrong person to play her, so that was a problem. Any other movie any other game that y'all think might make a good movie adaptation? And you got to tell me what studio you want to see. You know who you want to see do it. I know y'all ain't watching this trailer.
I am looking at the trailer. It's been a minute since I seen that.
Yeah, this Kratos. Batista, I forgot Batista was in this. Yeah, that's Kratos, bro. That's Kratos in a futuristic world without the blaze of chaos.
Well, if Batista wasn't 50 years old, I would love to have seen him have played Kratos.
What about The Rock?
No, I don't want
Please
to see
stop.
The Rock. No,
Please stop.
I'm a big fan of The Rock, but no. Back
Maybe
in the
Roman
day,
Reigns. Maybe him. He looked like he might be able to play the part.
They gotta look more Greek. They gotta. I don't know. They gotta have a hue to him, in my opinion. They can't be. But he is the ghost, so he is got the. He gotta have the. Yeah, he gotta have the face. Like they got it. Like reason I say Diesel because Diesel got that facial structure, and I think it's because Kratos does. And I know this might be. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Kratos has some black features. He has black features if you really look at him. He doesn't.
All right, so here's the question: of which Kratos are we talking about for the movie?
I'm talking about the older Kratos, the original Kratos, not the new. Yeah,
I think The Rock can play it. But here's the thing about The Rock: he can't be Dwayne Johnson. He can't be The Rock.
But that's what he gonna do.
He has to dig deep and get into that character and become a method actor. He cannot be The Rock.
This is the thing with The Rock. The Rock can't do sinister. That's what. Okay, The Rock can do tough, bad guy. Beat you up, but The Rock can't do fierce and just like Van Diesel can do. Like Kratos is like bad guy that's good. Like the Stone Cold. Stone Cold is a bad guy. That's a hero. The Rock is the flip. He can play a bad person, but you never really feel like he's bad. You see what I'm saying? Like The Rock is too likable. He got a baby face. He doesn't have a baby face now. He just doesn't have that edge to him like that. He looks intimidating, but The Rock doesn't. I don't know what word I'm looking for. But Van Diesel does it. Like When Van Diesel looked like he will kill you. Like, literally, he's cold. Just cold-blooded. Like, no feelings, no emotion. The Rock doesn't give you that. Like, that just cold, stone cold, no emotion, no feelings attached. Like how he played Riddick, it was no feelings. I'm just cold. I'll leave you out here to die. The Rock doesn't have that, and I think Kratos needs that for him to be Kratos, to give you that feel. He got to be cold, yet, like K-Bum said, you find a reason to cheer for him, and you find the passion beneath the cold exterior, whereas The Rock, I don't think he gives that off. And I don't think he'll sell Kratos. He'd be built, he'd be athletic, but when you see him, it's just gonna be Dwayne playing Kratos. I don't want that. I don't want Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Kratos, and it's just Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Kratos. I want somebody that I forget that is them. I'm really looking at Kratos, and I don't think The Rock ever does that.
The dude who's voice acting the current Kratos,
perfect.
He'd be the perfect guy.
He'd work.
Because I think he's big. He can shave his hair, put on the white makeup.
Right. But is that white face at that point?
He is huge.
Is that white face?
That's a big dude.
I don't think that's white face because
I'm just asking. You know, you got to be fair across the board.
Because he is an actor, right?
Yeah, he is.
He is
and he plays
Stargate.
the voice. Yeah.
Yeah, Stargate.
But I think his features are too Afrocentric. I think I'm just being honest. I think Kratos, if you look at all the artistic, Kratos has black features, not full, but some black features.
It's subtle. He was modeled after probably the a little bit of the voice actor probably gave him some of his characters too, because both of the voice actors were African Americans.
So. Right, and you can tell that like his lips, his lower chin structure, the bald head, all of it had, but he didn't look super, but it's hints of it. And I think like a person like Vin Diesel and people like that got, that fall in them lines, I would probably find a mixed race person to do it. That you can get best of both worlds. But anyway, that might be getting off into something a little too controversial. But anything else? Any other game? We got literally 6 minutes. We can get out of here.
No, I didn't have anything.
I mean, y'all excited about the Halo show?
I was about to bring that up. I'm glad you said that. I haven't seen it yet.
The trailer, and that's what I was talking about Paramount Plus, because that's what it's going to be on, and they got some good writers over there. Whoever's doing this stuff, they got some good writers. So that's where I'm kind of like, man, this might actually be a good show because of where it's going to.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think they one thing that works for Halo is you don't have to show faces. I think that's what worked for the Mandalorian.
But they will show his face. That's what they said.
Well, I mean, they will, but like they did with the Mandalorian, they did that too. But I think that's what worked for the Mandalorian, not seeing his face the whole way through. So it's just a voice, and I think that adds to the mystique. So I think Halo is a good movie. I mean, a good adaptation to a series, because there's a lot there that you want to explore that you really couldn't get in a movie. So I agree with y'all. Even with Zelda, that's why I was like, you're right. That Zelda would probably be better to go to a real good series with quality development, production in a series. I'm with you on that, Keith. But I want to see Halo. I hope they do it justice, because that might be the new wave, man. It might be Marvel. The movies might be the next wave. It might be game adaptations now that they, starting to get some real big time actors to play these roles.
Well, if you actually paid attention, the makers, one of the brothers who made Endgame, said that video games is the next evolution of storytelling. That was the guy who actually played, who actually directed. I forgot the brothers, their names, but the ones who directed Endgame and Infinity War.
Okay. That'd be if I didn't even think about that. if somebody did do Kratos origin story, I want the people that did Endgame or did Civil War. I mean not Civil War, but what is it?
Civil War.
Winter Soldier.
They did.
Yeah, I want them.
Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to do it because I think they get it right. But it gotta be mature though. You can't pull Kratos out of mature. It gotta be rated R. Or the John Wick. I just don't know if the John Wick people, because Kratos is, you gotta have special effects in there too, like a lot of special effects with the type of villains type of things he fight, big giants and dragons, and you gotta have characters that's molten lava. You can't make that stuff look cheap. You gotta make that stuff look right. So maybe Kratos might be a tall task for somebody to really adapt to the big. I mean, it wouldn't be, but you gotta have a studio that's willing to put the money up to make it happen. Cause Kratos need money. You gonna have to. That's gonna be that's $100 million plus production. So you gonna have to guarantee you get your ducats back. So whoever does it, that's why I would say somebody like Marvel had to pick that movie up and do it. But they had to be willing to do rated R, and I don't know, I don't know if they willing to do that. So anything else? Any other game we ain't named?
Gran Turismo. No, seriously, cause you can make up your own little story and it could be based off the Gran Turismo world, or Forza would be a good one. But I'm serious, and just had this dude thinking you can start your own Fast and the Furious with Forza.
Yeah, I think I would say this. I know they did that, and I think they had the right element. They just screwed it up with the rebooted Mortal Kombat. They screwed it up. I think they had the right person playing Scorpion. I don't know who that main character was. I don't even know what the point of that was. I think that they had the right person playing Sub-Zero. Everything was there to be a great movie, but they just screwed it up. So the beginning is dope, and the end is good. Everything in between is kind of trash. But I want to see them do a Tekken movie. I think that'll work. I think a Tekken movie work. I would love to see Haji them, the Mishima family, man, in a movie. I think Tekken deserves. I know they got some cheaper ones, but I think Tekken deserves an actual good budgeted movie. You know, me personally.
Are we done with Street Fighter movies?
No, but
Yes.
This is why I say.
Are we done with Capcom in general?
No, we're not done with Cap. I told you I'm not done with Capcom. Well, the reason I wouldn't do a street, because you gotta be so precise with Ryu and Ken and those characters that it just won't work. Like, there is no wiggle room. Like, Ryu is so iconic in his shape and how he looked. You can't put no, like they did, even with the one that was on YouTube that was pretty decent. They still messed up with Ryu. They got Ken okay. Ryu didn't look like Ryu. Ryu didn't look formidable. And I don't know if you're going to find an actual Japanese person that will fit how Ryu actually looks in the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can find a person that's going to fit that. Because Ryu has, over the years, gotten very American in his features, but he's still Japanese. So you got to have a Japanese person playing it, and or it ain't gonna work. And I don't know who they can find to play Ryu. And you got to have Ryu right.
This is weird, but I don't know why I'm thinking of this. But I thought he was mixed.
No, Ryu is Japanese, full fledged, and Ken is American. And no, he ain't mixed. He Japanese. And and Chun Li is Chinese, and E Honda. You know, they where they from? They Japan. That's Japan. So you gotta have a Japanese person playing Ryu, but you gotta find somebody that looks like. Now, Bolo Young had the size, but he didn't have the face. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to do it. I feel like they can find everybody to do Tekken. You can find a guy to play Tekken, the Tekken characters. Easy. Because Tekken characters have changed with the hairstyles. Like you go play Tekken, you look at the hairstyles that they got, everything has adapted to the culture over there. Street Fighters have stayed at the exact same. You don't see Ryu with funky hair. Ryu has been the same for 30 years, 20 years now. And he got the red bandana tied around his head, and he a basic, ripped up, average looking guy, and you can't find no. I don't think it's just hard. I think it's just hard to adapt it. You know, you can't make Van Damme Guile. That ain't working. What you mean? How you doing that? So I don't know how they gonna do it. So I wouldn't mess with Street Fighters right now. Street Fighters, like you can do I'm finna shut up. You can do Mortal Kombat because you got the outfits and you cover up faces and you can get away with it. You get Luke Cage, you find, because that's an average Asian guy, you can find that a Luke Cage looking person. You can't find anybody that look like Ryu. You can find Ken, but you can't find nobody that look like Ryu. And that's where they fail at every time. Because you can't find that main character. Don't nobody look like Ryu. So, you put Sub-Zero in this outfit and put blue. You don't got. All you see is his eyes. You put blue contacts in. You got Sub-Zero. You got Scorpion. You cut. They can make them movies and put Raiden up. Any average Asian guy, you can put him in a suit and he got Raiden. As long as they a certain height, you got to have a certain build, a certain aesthetic to be Ryu. I think they can find them, but you got to be intentional, man. They might not be able to, I'm pretty sure they can find a Japanese person to play him, but they got to be intentional about it. They just can't be plugging people. You might not be able to find a real actor that can play him. You might have to find somebody out of a dojo and teach them how to act. Or don't have them talk. Have them talk at all. Like, look, we're going to let everybody else do the talking. You just fight. But anyway, that was the podcast for tonight. I don't know what is going on with my with the comment section, man. Somebody is spamming us up like crazy. Y'all see that?
Yeah, I've reported the guy.
Yeah, I don't know who this is, but anyway, so but I thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. We'll be back same place, same time next week. Y'all got any final words before we get out of here?
Cyberpunk. Go play Cyberpunk.
Oh, listen to it.
Go get Cyberpunk an honest try.
Why y'all doing me like that, man?
But I ain't doing you like
I'm gonna try it. I'm about to go over here right now and delete this. Are we? Let me, before I delete it, are y'all gonna be playing Call of Duty Cold War anymore? It don't look like y'all will, because Taz told me go ahead and delete it.
Yeah, you can probably delete it.
Now it stay archived on it. I can re-download it, right?
Yeah, you can re-download it anytime.
Okay, cool. I won't, but I just want to know if I can. Well, with that being said, that's 100 freaking gigs. That's 105 gigabytes, bro. I'm finna be able to put like 10 games on this system after deleting this mess. But anyway,
that's why I bought me a new one.
Yeah. So Keith, any final words, bro?
Nah, man, just good catching up with everybody. Talked about something that was interesting tonight to me, and that was listening to K-Bun talk about Cyberpunk, and anything is possible, guys.
Anything is possible. That's
I
hilarious.
wish I could just remove a person like that from being able to post in general. It doesn't make you. It only lets you put them in timeout. But anyway, I'm sick of spammers. Why y'all gonna come and spam people stuff? But anyway, this was a Live and Level Gamers podcast. We'll be back next week, same place, same time. So make sure you tune in. Till then, y'all be blessed. Deuces.